I was out on a walk with my family dog at the time. And so I was like, oh my gosh, I just found this little guy. Leo was the size of your palm. As soon as I picked it up, my father instincts kicked in. I needed to help it.
What a great dad.
I went straight to the pet store and just asked an employee for help. They told me what products to get and to reach out to the shelter. But I ended up walking away from this pet store with maybe like $500 worth of things. I'm like, oh my gosh, well, I guess I'm committing to all of this. I think from the start he believed that I was his mom. He took to everything that I did. We ate together, we slept together. And just at this tender age, I couldn't bear leaving him alone. I just took him everywhere. He's always been on my shoulder.
Hey Leo, thank you for your help.
He is an adventure cat at heart. He's excited about the new activities that I do.
Hey Leo, fist bump.
First time I took Leo to the gym, everyone in the gym was so shocked. And he thought it would be playtime. I'll be doing tricep extensions and he would think the rope and the cables are toys. He would be on my stomach while I'm bench pressing. I was around, then he was always safe. Leo's so funny because he would do like the silliest stuff.
Hey boy, are you sleeping?
Some people would skip their workouts just to hang out with Leo. It's so funny to see that all these like big buff dudes want to hold this tiny kitten. I never thought I would be cat crazy. I never thought I would be a cat dad. I grew up with dogs my entire life. I always had the misconception like, oh yeah, cats are mean. But he's the most loving and adventurous cat. Even though he's grown so much older now, he still behaves like a kitten around me.
Leo, you're getting too big.
It just seems like he's just my son. Like sometimes I forget he's a cat.
You've been yelling all day. Yeah.
What you doing, Scooby-Doo?
I do picture him as a very mischievous little gremlin.
See you later.
He's a loud cat. And I was like, oh no, did I just sign up for many years of listening to this? When he wants food, if you walk anywhere near his treat cabinet, he will come herd you and scream at you.
You can't hold me hostage anytime I go into the pantry. No.
And then he does get kind of a crazed look in his eyes.
Where you want to go, Scoops?
From the moment I met Scooby, I knew he was going to be a handful. But he's really exceeded my expectations in every way. Scooby-Doo, can you get back in your carrier, please? I got Scooby 6 years ago. I picked him up, he was scraggly and skinny. And I was like, oh my God, did I make a mistake? But he didn't give me a choice. And he was like, this is mine, you're my person, I own you now.
What's up, Scooby-Doo?
He was very wild as a kitten. From the first day. Like he came out of the carrier and he started meowing. When he is suspiciously quiet, he's usually up to no good. But he turned 6 just 3 days ago. And he's calmed down a bit now. We have conversations. I don't know how other cats work, but he does talk back. Then he just wants to sit with me and watch TV, which is great for me. A lot of the meowing is like You will pay attention to me.
Pup cup.
And he has to be touching some part of me at all times. Why? He's just like a toddler in the house.
You're just gonna give up on it in a week, Scooby.
I absolutely would not change anything. But I feel very lucky. I was expecting that. He's kind of crazy.
Where's Scooby?
But I do feel honored to have such a special and unique cat.
Maggie and Casper. I think that's like Lady and the Tramp love. Sometimes Maggie will come up and rub Casper's chest. They like to graze on their hay together. It's almost always Maggie in the lead and Casper following her. Maggie was our very first animal. We got Maggie from a local family. I've never seen her play. She's never just taken off running. Even though we had other animals here that Maggie could interact with, none of them were actually horses. So it wasn't very long we realized she needed a friend. Casper was 24 at the time, and his left eye is gone completely. He lived alone, and he had no one to play with. So at first he was terrified of all the animals. But as soon as he met Maggie, it was over like that. There was no way we could separate them after they met. At first, I was very concerned about the size difference. Maggie's about a quarter of Casper's size, but they have bonded so well. She's racing around our big paddock, and then you'll see Casper start to run around with her. But that was just her sassy side. So they do actually nuzzle and grooming each other. Having Maggie and Casper is never boring. I think it's kind of funny and cute because of the size difference, but there is a real connection. You can tell it when you're around them. I don't think that Casper could live without Maggie. I mean, it feels like a miracle to me, the turnaround for both of them.
Who ate the bunny?
Jazzy just always wanted to go up and say hi. She knew there's a little bunny there, I need to be careful. And Coconut was under Jazzy's feet. Jazzy would just freeze. She would not move.
Secretly in the National Geographic.
The bunny might have been annoyed at her sometimes, like, hey, just leave me alone. And Jazzy was like, no, play with me. It was pretty cool to see that friendship form like that. So we moved about 2 years ago, and we found someone who was selling her property, and she couldn't keep Jazzy anymore.
Is this no yummy?
Jazzy was just super kind. She immediately fit right in with us. She let the kids brush her, and she'd just follow us around. Instant love for all of us.
Good morning. Good morning, sweetie.
Around that time, we had Coconut. I started bringing her with me every time I was hanging out with Jazzy. And Jazzy was super interested, like her ears pricked up. They just kind of sit together and nuzzle each other. Jazzy was older and gentle and like a really sweet soul. But she was also sassy at times. So I think they probably shared a little bit of that sassiness. She just loved hopping around her whole area and hanging out with her.
Hey, Coconut. What are you doing?
But 2 months after I discovered friendship, Jazzy had liver failure. And she started going downhill pretty quick.
Jazzy, Jazz, come on! Jazzy!
So I brought Coconut in to see her. She was in so much pain, she wouldn't really interact. But I could tell she was happy to see her little bunny friend. And then we had to say goodbye to Jazzy after that. I've tried to kind of bring her around our little horse. It's not the same. I don't think that's going to be a friendship that's easily replicated. It was one of those special things you come across every once in a while.
The faster we would go, her little feet were suspended in the water. I get asked quite often how I trained Sammy to swim in the ocean.
Why did the chicken cross the road?
But being on the beach, she's at peace, she's content.
To get to the beach, of course.
And that's everything that she knew from day one.
So I am just finishing up changing the sheets, and guess who shows up?
I happen to have a dog. His name was Court. He was 17 years old when he passed. And I did not feel it would be justice to bring another dog into my life. So I thought, I'm just going to do something different.
Tonight, we are at Lowe's.
The very first day I got her, I took her to the beach. She's like, okay, isn't this what all chickens do? So one of the very first things she experienced started her down a path of water is not bad. So I think she was willing to make the most of whatever adventure that we were on.
Just look at that chick on the beach.
A lot of folks have said, aren't you afraid that something is going to come up from underneath and grab her? But I'm always well aware of our surroundings. I would make sure the water was very calm for that. However, she was maybe 2 years old when I realized something wasn't quite right. Back in 2019, she was kind of acting weird. And the vet determined that she had got what's called egg yolk peritonitis, EYP. So she passed in early July. And that was very hard. And then last year, I looked up and standing in the middle of the door was this mangy, rough-looking chicken. And for about a week, she kept coming back. So finally I was like, okay, what if you spent the night here? And so our relationship became more and more connected, but never in my wildest dreams I would have ever imagined this connection that I had with Sammy. Animals are such a gift that us humans have been given. Now with Gypsy, I'm not going to shy away from whatever adventure we are on.